Okay, I've been tasked with the wrap-up, and of course the wrap-up is why the Constitution still matters. If it isn't obvious from the speakers already, well, I don't think I really even need to say it to the people that have hung in here through the rain to listen to us speak. I want to go back to 9/12. That was really my first really moving at the first tax day rally, but I had no idea that that was unusual for Charlottesville. Since I was a fairly new resident, I had to find out later it was a freak of nature that we had that much of a turnout in Charlottesville. But I went up to the 9/12 rally in DC in the year 2009. Didn't even get there in time to do the walk down Constitution Avenue. The buses were just all over the place. The metro was jam-packed. I mean, literally it took half an hour to get up the steps. And you just saw throngs of people. You saw, to me, it reminded me of a conservative Woodstock. But without, well, I'll say we were better dressed. And there weren't as many rock bands. But you saw red, white, and blue all over the place. You saw signs of every shape and size, handmade, commercially produced. I was just walking around like, I cannot believe the number of people from all over the country that converged on DC. But you know the expression, a picture says 1,000 words or something to that effect? One poster that I saw left such an indelible mark on me. I just can picture it, and it's apropos for today. Steve talked about, he had a conversation with a couple of the founding fathers, which I thought was excellent. Excellent job, Steve. But the poster that I saw was huge, bigger than life size, of the founding fathers with a teardrop on every single one of their faces. That's why the Constitution still matters. The work that the founding fathers put in to the, I mean, that's why they're called the framers. Bob, was it Bob? You answered about Ben Franklin saying to the wife of the mayor of Philadelphia, what have you given us? We've given you a republic, madam, if you can keep it. How present was that? If we look at every single problem that is facing us on an international, a national, a state, and a local level, every single problem, I think, could be solved by doing nothing more than returning to the Constitution. I would even submit that a lot of the problems that we have are directly a result of not following the Constitution. You know, we maintain that we are exceptional, and some of us say we're exceptional for a variety of reasons. But I think the reason we truly are exceptional, and hopefully we've demonstrated that today, is our two founding documents, the Declaration of Independence, where we have just laid it out that these are God-given rights. And the formation of this republic, if we can keep it, is based on creating a government to secure those God-given rights. I'd like you all to turn to the first page in your constitutions, and Joe doesn't need one, because I'd like us all to read together the preamble. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish the Constitution of the United States of America.
Yeah! Woo!
Our system of government is perfect, perfect for mankind. We inhabit the earth, as Joe would say, a blip, and we're finding out now that we're living longer and longer, but despite that, we do inhabit the earth. And to a person, we are all subject to the flaws or tragic flaws, the misjudgments, the biases, the prejudices that have persisted throughout time immemorial. And it's really what makes us human. I said it's perfect government for mankind because I don't know any angels walking around amongst us, and I certainly don't know any angels that have been elected to office. So we definitely need a government, as our founding fathers indicated, to be bound by our Constitution. As Mike pointed out, some swear an oath to uphold it. When we do the pledge to the flag, aren't we in essence reaffirming our pledge, not to the flag, but to the republic for which it stands? That's basically, we are pledging to uphold the Constitution. How can we do that if we forget what it's about? Or maybe we never learned it. I think most of us, through osmosis, maybe kind of have a general idea. How many didn't even know that today was Constitution Day? Some of us are more honest than others. I didn't know it until I became a Tea Party member. We need to uphold the Constitution, all the laws, because it has such critical significance in our daily lives. And as Joe said, we can't depend upon others to do the job for us, because given it, they've had it, and they just haven't been up to the job. We, the people, must learn or relearn our Constitution. We should cherish it. We should educate others about it. Make thoughtful decisions about who we elect and what special favors we're asking those elected to bring back. Are they within the confines of the Constitution? We need to be able to hold the elected officials to the oath that they take. We celebrate 225 years of this Constitution. Joe is very optimistic that we'll make it to 325 years, and I certainly hope this is not our last celebration. So I'd like to do one last trivia question. Got to get the dollar bill out, or the dollar coin.
You don't want to give away dollars you don't have. You'd be the government.
Got it, we can print them.
Yeah, you can always print them then.
Now these ones are actually worth $1.
Okay, what national holiday was established to give thanks for the Constitution? And raise your hand. What national holiday was proclaimed to give thanks for the Constitution? Come on, Bob, are you the only one that knows all the answers? What is the answer? Constitution Day? Nope. Anybody else?
Is it a 3-day weekend?
4-day weekend.
Thanksgiving, I guess.
Thanksgiving is correct. First, now that's not the first Thanksgiving that was celebrated. It was the first proclamation of a day to give thanks for the Constitution. The president that did that was George Washington, and he made the first Thanksgiving Day 11/26/1789. And I think if you go home and you Google that, you're going to find quite a lot of history about Thanksgiving and the Constitution. My husband questioned whether I should say this in public, because he said, I've never heard that. And I get to work today, and sure enough, I couldn't resist. I had to look it up. Here's a site, and it sounds like it's a sermon, and of course it was a sermon. But if you read that proclamation, which I'm not going to, you read that proclamation, you can't help but see how he has tied together the blessings that we just talked about in the preamble, and for the government to secure those blessings. And who was it that knew it? Dave.
Was that a paid federal holiday, Thanksgiving, in 1780?
Oh, I don't know if it's paid. I don't know if it's paid. And you know, Bob had mentioned the Constitution Day, and that is a federally mandated day of celebration, recognition. If you look at this wall here and these two happy birthday, I suspect they are from students of a local school here, because you receive public funds. If the school receives federal funds, they must recognize Constitution Day somehow. And I'm supposing that some school came here today. All right, so we'd like to thank all of you who have stopped by. We'd like to, particularly those of you that have stayed for the whole celebration. And we hope that you will be coming away from today's festivities reinvigorated with respect for our Constitution. I'd also like to thank our speakers and the rest of the Jefferson area Tea Party who contributed time and effort to bring our first annual Constitution Day to fruition. Thank you.